Hi, my name is Julie Greene. I'm going to read to you from my memoir, This Hunger is Secret, My Journeys Through Mental Illness and Wellness. And I'm not reading from the beginning of the book. I'm reading from a chapter somewhere in the middle. The chapter is called Locker 47, and I split all my chapters up into pieces. And this piece of the chapter is called The Outer Limits, so named from the name of a TV show that we used to watch back in those days. It was a black and white TV show. It was science fiction, one of my favorites. Okay, and I'm going to dig right in because I've got a time limit on YouTube. I should say that, well, no explanations. I'll just dig in. Okay. Again, this is memoir, true story about me. Okay. I opened Locker 47 where all our poems were kept. Poems written by the nerds and math team kids of Lexington High. A new poem was in the locker, Andrew D's over-inked scrawl. The poem even smelled like him. Sort of. Like his weird aftershave. Andrew was one of the few boys around who already had a thick, dark beard that needed daily shaving. He was a sweet kid, but not one I thought would ever make it in life, because he was so angry. Get him started on politics, and he wouldn't shut up. When he got going, I tuned out and usually left the room. I had enough on my mind. Personal problems. I didn't need another rant on the Six-Day War and Israeli politics on top of it. But I opened the poem. I love you like snow loves winter. I cling to you like grapes to the vine. I knock on your door. Can I enter? Dearest Betsy, please be mine. This was not a good thing. No, not at all. Every one of us knew of Andrew's adoration for Betsy. But he wouldn't quit, not even after Betsy's friends, who were nothing like us, quietly and unbeknownst to Betsy, gave Andrew a good talking to. Even Kat wanted to shake some sense into him. No way would Betsy see who was headed to Wellesley College next year. We all knew that. Even look in Andrew's direction. She was a class ahead of him, in my class. She sure was looking ahead. Not back. Rumor had it she had plans to spend time on a kibbutz sometime next summer. She was tall, close to 6 feet, pretty, wise, intelligent, well put together, innocent, delicate, and she wasn't one of us. But because I was the one to find the poem, it was up to me to find Betsy C. and deliver it to her. It was another one of those unspoken rules. If a poem in the locker was directed at another person, whoever found the poem had to deliver it to the recipient. So I had to see to it that Andrew's love poem made its way to its destination. It was getting late into C period already, and I felt sick over the task because I knew Andrew's efforts would be fruitless. I mean, if I'd been in Betsy's shiny, expensive shoes, I wouldn't have stooped so low as to have anything to do with Andrew. I cared about Andrew because he was one of us. But inside, I hoped to God that Betsy, perfect as she was, would stay away, lest she become contaminated. I carried the note inside my trumpet case for a long time without looking for Betsy. I went to lunch and ate an ice cream sandwich. Nothing else, just an ice cream sandwich, slurping the edges of the ice cream first. Then I ate the cookie, wondering if a person could kill herself by eating nothing but ice cream sandwiches. I wandered outside where it was nippy for November, wearing just his t-shirt. Then I sat outside the band room, which had a back door leading to the outside. I buried myself in crisp brown oak leaves, trying to stab myself with a mechanical pencil. I could hypnotize myself just by watching the lead move up and down the shaft. I fiddled with my pinky ring nervously, the friendship ring from Kat. I had worn it continuously since she had given it to me. and sometimes it itched. But I didn't dare take it off. It seemed that somehow Cat might find out if it accidentally slipped off, as if the ring had a radio transmitter attached to it. I remembered the day she had given it to me. We had secluded ourselves in the upstairs bathroom of my house, our makeshift darkroom, where we were developing black and white photography. The lights were off, except for one dim red light, the kind that wouldn't ruin our prints. We were only freshmen then. "It's hot in here," I said to Cat. "Well, if your stupid father hadn't turned up the heat." "Let's take our shirts off." "Okay, your parents better not come in." I slipped my shirt off over my head. "They won't. We're developing prints, remember?" I wish I could see something. "You can't see anyway. You're so blind." I thought I should do something while we were standing there with our shirts off, or say something. But I didn't know what to say, so at that moment, some sort of affection, I didn't know what to say. So I blurted out, "Don't you wish one of us was a boy?" "Why would I wish that?" Cat sneered. I wish I hadn't asked the question. "Come on, we're done with the prints." She turned on the lights. Exposed, I panicked as we both scrambled to put our shirts back on. The moment was ruined, and I had ruined it. In her hand, Cat held 2 silver rings. They probably weren't real silver, but they looked shiny and official and brand new. "These are friendship rings," she said. "They bind us together. You will wear yours to remind yourself that you belong to me and no one else. Understand?" "Yes, master," I said. "You will have no other friends." "Yes, master." "You will obey me at all costs. Always. Forever." "Yes, master." I heard my mother calling from downstairs. "Julie! Cat! It's supper time! Is Cat staying for supper?" "Yes, I am, Mom," Cat called out. Then she said to me, "Your parents are great." We put away some of the equipment and left the rest for later. "Wear the ring," she said. "Yeah," I said. "They're great, all right." And now, at the band room, I found Betsy on her way to her flute lesson. I dusted the leaves off my jeans. I wondered how Betsy could be so tall and I so short. She got good grades, and everyone said she had promise. No one ever said that about me. I approached her, saying, "Andrew D. wanted me to give this to you." Something happened then that surprised me. I thought Betsy would toss the poem into the trash barrel without even reading it. But instead, she turned pale white. I mean, even paler and whiter than she already was. Even her freckles turned white. And she said, "Hey, yeah, thank you. How are you today?" "Okay," I said sheepishly. "You always seem so withdrawn. Into yourself. We're all very concerned about you, you know." The heavy band room door clicked shut, and Betsy disappeared into her lesson. I slumped onto the back wall near the bike rack. Yeah, My parents were great, all right. The sun beat down on me the whole time I was sitting there by the band room thinking about all that stuff, sort of crying. I couldn't really cry. I just got a little wet-eyed. I sat there anyway, until I spied Andrew D. himself, trudging across the quadrangle lawn in his tacky briefcase. The leaves had blown away, so I couldn't hide in them. But I was wearing that orange knit hat I always wore, no matter what the weather. Slid that hat over my face halfway, so perhaps Andrew wouldn't know it was me that was crouched there, that he saw me. "Julie, where's Cat?" His voice sounded especially nasal, like he'd blown his nose too much. I knew he used a handkerchief, and especially a nervy habit. I also knew he honked. "Beats me. You always know where Cat is." "I don't know where she is." She had French. "Well, you're supposed to know." "Look, Andrew, I just gave Betsy your poem from the locker. This is serious. She's in there having a flute lesson." "Did you read the poem?" "Read it? Read it? She's playing the flute, silly." "She's reading music." "Did she read it?" "I don't know, Andrew. Bug off." Andrew sat on the other side of the step and opened his Samsonite briefcase. I rarely saw the inside of anyone's briefcase. It was like the private castle, so I took a good look. Everything in there was perfect, in perfect order. He took out his heavy calculus textbook, so thick in his hand, barely fit around it, and closed the briefcase. Opening the book to a bookmarked page, he stated, "Problem 5D on page 297. If I don't get that proof by the time the outer limits comes on, I'm going to kill myself."